yes, the world revamp.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Matt, you know what? You do the honors considering I'm blocked.
Yeah. So.
Whoops! Shouldn't have done those Shadowlands streams.
Yeah. So this is basically it, right? Rachel Fott, senior game designer, was like, "Hey, I've opened up the Eastern Kingdoms in the Death Zone." Everyone's like, "Why?" Obviously, no response because you can't just say, "Oh yeah, here's all our plans."
Oh, there is a response.
Yeah, just wow. We all really like map number 0, which is obviously. It was the first thing they made in World of Warcraft, and now it's going back to in DevTools. Why is that? Is it because they're going to drop one doodad in Stormwind and laugh? Or is it because... No, Stormwind wouldn't be that true. Going to drop one doodad in Elwyn Forest and go, ha, there you go. Or will it be, we're going to start the lengthy process of entirely revamping the world? Could be either. Who knows?
We have been talking about a world revamp internally for a few months now.
There's
especially Jared.
A lot of signs
there's a lot of
point
small little
toward
signs and hints.
Yeah, even especially things they don't say, which is interesting. So yeah, I imagine it'll be. I imagine it'll probably be the how to describe this the fallout of what happens during the next couple of patches will probably.
Don't cut to me for a second.
Yes,
because I am going to grab one of the images that John made.
Yeah, so I think
last night.
Oh dear. Yeah, I think a full revamp was like that's a big ask, right? Because Dragon Age is crazy, especially if you want to. Because if they want to revamp the old world, they need to bring Dragon Redding to it, or otherwise no one will play it. I think that's what we've learned. So I think they need to. Yep, it's all gone horribly wrong.
We're going manual.
Yeah. So.
No. So I did happen to make a comment.
Oh yeah.
Now.
Yes.
You can take Azure Mistile and Blood Mistile. You can give them the Dragon Isles treatment, and people will be very happy. But no, silly jokes aside, the Dragon Isles treatment has worked very well and got people very reinvested in the World of Warcraft, even though it's a part of the world they've never been to.
Sure is.
And sure, it has some peoples that they've sort of seen before, obviously different groups, but still, it's felt very homey and all of that. But what if they did that to the old world? Wouldn't that be something with their 750 staff? Also, when you take into account that, the credits went up 50.06%. They're still hiring, by the way. But that means that, the Dragonflight expansion will have started with a team size considerably smaller than what they have right now.
Yes.
Then it does make you think if they're scoping what the next expansion is. And the real reason why I put Big Blue Woman there was because what if Urel comes back? What if they do a soft world revamp and Urel comes back through the portal?
So that's the thing, right? Where
oh boy, howdy, people would be very excited.
Yeah, that's the thing that's interesting where you can't have an invasion on Azeroth that attacks exactly the normal places in Azeroth, because then you need the new content. So is it going to be Urel has attacked Azeroth and we go through the Urel portal that she left behind for some reason? How do we push them back? Let's not think about that. And now we're there. We're in Urel land. Everyone goes, "Where's this?" Because we don't know where it's the light lands, and everyone goes, "Nope, not buying. Fuck you." So I guess the correct thing to do it obviously it's expensive, it'd be hard to do. The idea would be we're being attacked and now the entire world looks a bit different. Now the problem is, how do you narratively frame that outside of
defend what you love?
Yeah, has the world been massively changed by Urel bombing it with light, or is it just, hey, X years have passed and now we're all chilling and the world's very different and updated and it's bigger and nicer and everything, and now it's also just like we've updated the world scale of World of Warcraft and now Urel is here and she still has nice hooves. I don't know.
You went there.
It's either that or talking about the tendrils, and I figured one way or the other.
Yeah. Now, is anyone else being utterly assaulted like about 3 months ago by hoof treatment videos on YouTube?
No, just you.
From cow doctors. No. Other people have been, because I saw a few.
Just you and your weirdo
I saw a
friends.
few people on Twitter like, posting like, "Hey, what the fuck? YouTube has been pushing cow hoof content at me, and I did not ask it to." Chat, has YouTube? Look at chat. Look at everybody saying, "Yeah, there
Really?
you go."
Interesting. I've not seen one.
Yeah. And you're the one who talks about hooves. God damn. God Christ.
That proves just how much irony is laced in my statement that even the AI at YouTube understands it.
That's incredible. So, the campaign structure for this expansion has been, it has been campaign side quests.
Yep.
I do wonder what they could do with a big invasion campaign set across, let's just say initially the Eastern Kingdoms. Maybe the Alliance and the Horde more officially band together after this period of normalized relations. And, then you actually do get to have full invasion campaign.
That'd be cool.
Right? Because, as much as it's always nice to expand the world, for so many new players of the game, like, they don't know shit about the Eastern Kingdoms, man.
That's for sure.
It's insane to think. But it's the sort of thing, some things would feel fresh to them, and they'd also feel fresh and meaningful to us.
Sure would.
For a very different way. And I think there could be success there. You could still do, a little bit of a Cataclysm where there are some, new zones or something somehow.
Yeah.
You could still do things like that. But I think for a lot of people, the idea of like, hey, we built in our foundations with Dragonflight, and now we've remade World of Warcraft in its image.
Yeah.
There would be like... I believe the word Kino as fuck is what they say.
Yep. This is very slight.
By the way, I don't even
sidebar.
know what that... I still don't actually know what Kino is. I think it just means things are cool, and it comes from weebs.
Yeah, well, Kino is in film.
Ah.
So something is Kino being is very,
very
very,
film.
very, very, very filmed, very artistic. It's very artistic, but it's kind of been a little bit corrupted over time to just ultimately mean cool, but a very specific way of cool. That's like rule of cool, but with zero cringe attached somehow. Whereas
And I
this is
think
pure
that's
Kino.
exactly what this
Yeah.
world remade in Dragon Isles' image would kind of be.
More or less, it's a bit... Kino is very hard to describe. I've spent a long time thinking about how to describe it, but it's more of a feeling. It's more of a feeling that everyone agrees on, but no one knows how to describe.
Let's chalk that up to another think tank project for whenever all this goes south.
Yeah, it's defining positive cultural impact in a word. Kino.
Look at that. Everyone's talking about the hoof content.
Yeah. So you know what's Kino? As an example, Armored Core is Kino.
Very.
That's Kino.
Absolutely.
And it's
Ace
like
Combat.
Ace Combat's Kino. Ace Combat's Kino.
The
Yeah.
really terribly written, terribly voiced, cheesy geopolitics
Yeah.
is great.
I will say there's a lot of Kino boils down to moments where
Yes.
it's like, you know what's Kino? Shooting down two AI drones that are inconceivably faster and better than you logically, but you're such a fucking badass pilot, you do it anyway. And then flying straight up a space elevator. That's cool. That's Kino. That's Kino. But it's hard to describe otherwise. Outside of it, when you see something, you go, oh, fuck. And you can like feel your heart race as you're watching or playing something. That's Kino.
Do you think Top Gun Maverick's like the closest the normies have gotten to a slice of Kino?
Yes,
And that's
definitely.
that's why because that's a movie that, in the modern day now, because okay, obviously with Top Gun, there's been a bunch of people on Twitter who are like, oh, this is just propaganda for the Navy.
Yeah, and it's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's fucking great though. Fuck off.
Yeah.
But like, I've just noticed like that movie has cut through, it has cut through so many people that I know would never think of watching a Tom Cruise shooting things.
Yeah.
Because, it's obviously not a Tom Cruise shooting things movie is the point. But
Fucking cool.
yeah, just because it ended up landing all that shit.
It's also like Kino tier reboot, sequel. It's more than reboot. It's like, yeah, you've taken the spirit of Top Gun. Top Gun was shit, but it had a very specific heart. And they managed to completely recreate that while also making it cool as hell.
Stargate SG-1.
Yeah.
It's...
Maybe.
I might even give some of this to Buffy. Actually, no, Buffy does get some of it because it's in so many ways really clunky and shit and very bizarre. But it ends up being cool because the moments that it's able to get by slamming its blocks of narrative Duplo together are just so strong, and Giles is also the coolest man on the planet.
Yeah.
Everyone should be like Giles.
Man, Donuts has completely just described Kino as perfect. It's turning into a soy jack, but everyone thinks it's acceptable to do so. That's basically it, yeah.
Oh, that's it, Farrelly. Yep. Our boy Tilk got at the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Christopher Judge, you're cool.
Except for talking for 4 times as long as anyone expected, having the screen flash, please wrap it up for multiple minutes while he still talked.
Minutes?
Yeah, it looked like
he was so overwhelmed
so
with it. See, that's the thing. If that was some like Hollywood elite being like, thank you, and I dedicate this award to all the people donating their time to charity, and they just fucking go off, or I dedicate my Oscar to the environment, to Mother Gaia. Then that would be like, oh, get off the stage, right? That's when Ricky Gervais has to come in, and but like that, we know that anytime the camera showed him, he still was full of tears. Yeah. Was enough that was like, yeah, you know what, though, that was kind of real, though. So it gets a pass, even though I think we'll talk about them soon.
I imagine he was on a lot of Valium for his back injury.
He had a back injury?
Yeah, he fucked his back up. That's what apparently that delayed a lot of Ragnarok production.
Oh, shit.
It's him hurting his back. Yep.
Damn.